Hello, in this video I'm covering a game between Ivan Saric and Alexei Shirov. So let's get to it. The opening was Uri Lopez, and we'll just skip through the opening. This is all normal. And now a5 was played, bishop a7, and white plays h3. Black plays bishop b7 to defend his knight, so he can prepare for capturing the pawn on e4. Because if he takes here on e4, then bishop d5 is very strong, attacking the knight on c6 and d4 at the same time. So bishop b7 is played. Now bishop e3. White is just developing, ignoring the pawn on e4, and now black took on e4. Black is currently a pawn up, but still has some development issues. He's a bit cramped on the queen side, and also his king is not in the safe zone yet. White plays rook e1, and now Shirov plays ed4. If he castled now, then white has d5, and if the knight moves from c6, bishop a7 is going to happen. Just bishop hangs on a7, and if he takes on e3, then rook e3, then white attacks both knights on c6 and e4. So here took cd, and now he plays d5. It's still not possible to castle because of d5. If he castles, then d5 again, and again bishop e3, rook e3 leads to the same outcome. So he tries to stabilize his knight with d5, and now knight bd2. Black plays knight e7. If he tried to castle now, it would lead to some complex variations. I'll show it. So white can take on e4, black takes, and now knight to g5. If he defends his pawn, and also the f7 by queen e7, now white can continue with queen h5, and after h6, he can take on f7, and after all these exchanges, black ends up currently being having two pieces for a rook. But now white has d5, and it's forcing black to give up a piece. Because if he tries to go for knight d4, then after rook a d1, this pin along g1 a7 diagonal is very powerful, and if he tries to play something like c5 to defend the knight, white would just take en passant, and after knight c6 he would capture, and this rook would get too active, and with the help of the other rook getting to the c file or d file, it might get too dangerous. So after d5 in this position, black would have to take on e3, but white has dc6, bishop d4, and now he would take on b7, bishop takes on b2, and this position is balanced because black has b and c passed pawns, white has two rooks versus rook and bishop, and also a potential passed pawn, extra pawn on the king side. So I think it's quite double-edged. Instead, in the game, knight e7 was played by Shirov. Saric took and played knight e5. It was also possible to go for knight g5, which would lead to bishop d5 and some complex variations. So let's not get too deep into it. He played knight e5, which was also quite fine. Shirov finally castled, and Saric played queen g4. And Shirov plays bishop d5 here. And Saric took, queen takes, and now rook ac1 is played, targeting the c7 pawn. And now Shirov played c5, trying to destabilize this knight on e5. And here the best move was to play queen d7. And in case of rook b7, to exchange queens and take on c5 finally. Rook c7, and now force the exchange of light pieces, after which the position would be really simplified. And after rook e8, which seems unpleasant because it's pinning the rook, white would have a nice way to untangle from that pin by knight g6, using the fact that the last rank is weak. So now black has to get to c8. The rook is not for free because of rook d8 checkmate on the last rank. And now after this move, knight f4 would be just fine, and white would be able to centralize his knight. But instead, white makes a big mistake and takes on c5. Shirov takes the knight, and this was Saric's idea. Bishop f4, queen b2, and now queen d7, targeting both pieces, bishop and knight. And also the rook is still under attack. But now Shirov finds a really nice combination. He plays knight g6, and after bishop d6, he goes for e3. And now black threatens to take on f2 with double attack. Rook cannot leave the first rank because of his colleague on c1. And if fe happens, then rook fd8 is strong. And white cannot capture on the bishop because of knight h4. The g2 pawn is just so weak. So Saric played rook f1 here, and after Shirov took h1, rook b8. Again, it's not possible to capture because of queen c1. And if white captures rook e1, and after king h2, he would be just a rook up after all this. So he steps away with rook cd1, but now Shirov plays bishop b8, saves his bishop and gives up the rook on f8. Saric takes, king f8, and now there's also danger of getting checkmated on h2 by queen e5, queen h2. So Saric tried with g3, bishop g3. The idea is just for black to lose time with bishop g3 and going back, so white can somehow rearrange his defense, but it showed that it was just a desperate attempt. And after c6, Shirov played queen c2, threatening queen e4 with checkmate, and in this position Saric resigned, because if he tries to defend by queen d5, now black enters with knight f4, queen f3, and now rook e1 is decisive. And if he plays some random move, let's just show the point of rook e1. If he plays h4, for example, then he takes on d1, and if queen takes, queen e4 check with a checkmate, and if rook d1, he promotes, and if he takes, still it's a checkmate. So after rook e1, if he tries queen a3, then king e8, and after queen f3, he would be able to take with the same following moves. If rook d1, queen, and checkmate on h2. And if queen takes, queen e4, check. That's it. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. Goodbye.